Audience exclusive.
Hello, welcome to Beautiful Subconscious. I am your host, Shell Marie, and what a pleasure it is to be on this ride with you. This is our very first episode, so I thought, what a better way to give an insight to what kinesiology is than by sharing with you why clients come and see me for kinesiology in the first place. Like, what are some areas that they come and seek assistance with, and how do they end up feeling at the end of each session? So stay tuned, and I would love to hear how you found this episode. And at the very end, if you are interested, take a little snap of the episode screenshot and you could be in the running to win a free spot on my 10-week kinesiology container, which is called Clear Your BS. I can't wait to have this year signing off like your absolute best. So, why do clients come see me for kinesiology? Because if you're anything like me at the start, it's still a big question mark as to what kinesiology is. Yes, you're potentially hearing about it more and more, but still working out what it is a big what the heck? So I get that. And that was the exact same for me when I first was hearing kinesiology over 7 years ago. And it sideswiped my life and has absolutely helped me in every area, every facet of my life since then. And so it is a passion of mine to make this modality mainstream because we don't realize always just how powerful we really are. And kinesiology gives us our power back. No freaking joke. So men and women come and see me for kinesiology initially because they have hit an area of their life where they're like, I feel like I've tried it all. I have tried every modality. I've eaten right. I've sought help from a doctor, the medical system, and they are listening up to particular episodes on podcasts about self-development and personal development, and they're all great things. Don't get me wrong. It's that will to try that is always going to get you through, but we don't know what we consciously don't know. And the beauty of kinesiology is it speaks directly to a client's subconscious. The subconscious is where everything resides. What you are struggling with, where your fears originate from, and also the things that you want out of life, it all starts in your subconscious. Everything is initiated from there. The subconscious controls your conscious mind. So even when you consciously think like, God, I should know better, your subconscious mind is like the puppeteer and your conscious is the puppet. And so until we get that on board, you're forever going to be pulled in directions blindly until you work out what's going on behind the scenes. And so clients come to see me for multiple areas of their lives, but I guess the main 4 areas I would say are relationships. They are either come out of a relationship, they hit a road bump in their relationship, or they're wanting to be in a relationship. And they're like, I don't know why I keep attracting these same cycles, or I thought that I was over this particular hang up, but here it keeps coming back and I just don't want to hurt this person. I'm hurting within myself and I'm just ready to be completely fulfilled and in a connected relationship. It all starts with you. Another area is careers. Many people come and they're like a little lost for direction. They've either been in a job that they stumbled into, say, decades ago, and now they feel stuck because the pay is getting them by and they've got families to support, they've got a lifestyle that they're used to. And so they feel now like, what am I supposed to do? I feel like I've lost the skills that I needed to start something new, and I feel like the walls are caving in on me. I've got this big void that I am trying to outrun and I'm not feeling fulfilled at my workplace, but that's the place that I'm there majority of my time. Another reason is finances. No matter what they do, they hit their glass ceiling and bills will come, a fine will come, something where it'll drop them back to the threshold that they're used to. And they're like, I just don't know why I manage my money the way that I do. I don't know what the big fear is into having more, because if I had more, all these problems on some level, this is what comes up later, I'm giving you a little spoiler, it's even more scary to have more money. And so this is data that comes through. Another reason why people come see me for kinesiology is their relationship to what they're worth. And it's ultimately everything points back to the relationships they have with themselves. But they've just lost touch of their own confidence. They've lost touch on what they deserve. And so everything about their life is all about managing. I just want to manage not feeling pain. I just want to manage getting by. I know this is not necessarily the right way to go about it, but I don't know another way. And I'm just hoping that something's going to come and change the day and I will be able to feel more strength, more confidence in myself to take the action that I know I am pussyfooting around. And so those 4 areas majority of the time are what people come see me for: finances, relationship, career, and their relationship to their own self-worth. And these things often happen simultaneously. So they come into one and these areas will be explored. And so many times, and I know for myself included, it's not just one single thing. You have so many different things playing out simultaneously. It's when you activate or enter in through one of the more obvious symptoms and we dive in and around your conscious mind, then you'll be able to explore what's going on in your subconscious that have created compensations and protective mechanisms, but are also hindering other areas of your world. So when people come and book on in, they are maxed out. They are completely maxed out. They're like, I'm just so anxious. I have these emotional outbursts. I don't know how to maintain it. Sometimes I'm good and then I can feel it right there. And I know this isn't me, but I don't know how to control it. And it pains me to think that I'm hurting people, but it's also paining me more that I'm just allowing myself to settle for less. And there's so much hurt that I'm harboring within my subconscious. And you can feel that pain. You can feel it. And it's so real. And they're just managing. And so through the techniques that I use, there's direct lines of questioning, either that's verbal, through techniques of hand modes and other techniques that have evolved through the 7 years of me, practicing as a kinesiologist. The data is always available for us to receive if the body feels safe enough to divulge that information, and if the practitioner has got rapport with the body to be able to understand the data that's coming through. Our subconscious, I can't tell you how much it is just leaving us clues right in front of our faces. Everything is right there in front of us. And yet we get so blinkered in our own junk, in our own pain, in our own struggles, in our own fear, that we completely bypass the clues of, hey, look, this fear or this pain is here in service of me to look at it. These thoughts that I'm thinking to myself of, I feel like I just have no confidence or I just forever feel lost. That line of questioning alone of I feel lost will have your external world mirror exactly that. You'll feel lost in your career. You'll feel lost in your relationship. You'll feel lost in other areas. You'll feel lost in your finances. Everything will affirm itself if that's what's playing in your subconscious. So we've got to look at these thoughts. We've got to look at these beliefs. We've got to look at the dialogue that you are saying to yourself, more than likely unconsciously. And kinesiology brings that up to your conscious mind, because you are so blinkered. Clients can be so blinkered in what they say and how they view things that they can't see beyond that. And that is the beauty of kinesiology. Through our really direct line of questioning and our precise techniques, we're able to bring what's unconscious to the conscious mind in order for you to alleviate it at its root source. And so when that starts to happen, clients are like, oh, yeah, I guess I've never really thought of it like that. Or they're still in that element of stress, because what kinesiology is supposed to do is to activate the stress in this safe field in order to get underneath it. And so I still, to this day, when I have kinesiology sessions, sometimes I'm like, I can't access that. I know I'm blocking myself, or I'm disassociating from that because that's too much. And that's what we have learned to do. We've learned throughout our lives to either distract, disassociate, suppress. We've learned to blame. We've learned to do anything in hope that we don't have to feel that direct line of pain. And so often we can disassociate and be like, I don't know where that information's coming from, or it doesn't really make sense. And even that response alone is data, because you are informing the kinesiologist that you are disassociating from this pain, and this pain is too much in your field. And so we are on the right track. Keep going. Let's keep asking these direct questions. And it's like, if we were to explore deeper, if we were to explore why you're disassociating, if we can explore why your body has pulled up information that you have got a fear playing out underneath of really being successful, then what would that be like? Who would that affect if you were really successful? And then before you know it, clients are starting to say things out loud and starting to have emotional convulsions of suppressed imprints of, hey, like I'm going to have to say goodbye to so many things. There's a perception of that, at least, if I was to become successful. So little do they know that they're seeking to become successful. This is just an example, but yet sabotaging it at the same time and blocking themselves from that actualizing, because the fear of that happening and being ostracized is far greater than the success itself. And so when that just lands in their conscious mind and they bring that up, already we change the quality of the fear from being an unconscious default to there's more consciousness around it. There's more understanding that this is actually not for me or what I need or how I need to operate. And we're starting to energetically and neurologically detach from that circuitry to formulate a new one. And so that's what we're all about, is bringing up these circuitries that are tangled and distorted and interfered with in order to clean them up. So you've got this highway of knowingness of your innate self-worth and your innate clarity in order to live from that space and to grow from that space and to interact from that space. So clients will cry, they will have these epiphanies, they will feel, sensations through their bodies, they will feel panicked potentially. I know my last kinesiology session I was fidgety AF. You could not keep me still. I wanted to tie up my hair, I wanted to wipe down the table, I wanted to just pull a card all whilst they're there. And I'm like, oh my God, look at what I'm unconsciously doing. I want to be anywhere than where I am right now. And so where else is that showing up? Where else, where I need to look at my own junk, am I wanting to be anywhere else but myself? It is profound when you really read the signs of what's always right in front of us. And then from there, your body starts to heal itself without these circuitries defaulted and at play. And it starts to recalibrate and formulate a higher baseline, a more stable baseline where these emotions are now being processed and coming out and up in order for you to return back to your innate state of calm and peace and joy and love. Like that sounds woo-woo AF at times, I know, but when you really hear it, that's our innate state. Everything else is just a fabrication of our mind generated from our fear-based primitive side of our brain. All of that is BS. All of that is what we should roll our eyes to. The joy and the natural state of peace, that is who we are innately. And to not disregard all the other stuff, because that all has a part to play. But when we find the balance and the dualities at peace with one another or at ease with one another, that's when real empowerment formulates. So within these sessions, the body guides us to data like this. The body guides us to the techniques it needs in order to alleviate this stress and for it to prioritize its next state of calibration. Your body is what guides us. Your own body's intelligence is what we obey in order to surface up why you are the way that you are and why you've been operating the way you've been operating. So afterwards, I suggest clients to allow some space the next couple of days because it can be tender. They need to allow for this opportunity for their body to keep processing because it does well and truly after the physical session takes place. It all just starts to deconstruct in order to reconstruct. And that's the gift that we all possess. And so what I suggest, if you are interested in exploring your own body's intelligence, start to just notice what's right in front of you. Where are your thoughts coming from and what are you thinking on a daily basis, or what's your external world showing you? Is there stresses in and around some areas of your reality? Because that is the gold right there to explore, to understand why, because that's all starting with you within. And the more responsibility you take with that, the more empowerment you gain. So the moment you take accountability for your reality, that's your job and you've co-created that. I know that can be a little spiky, but that's when you draw your power back into creating what you actually want. I hope this has provided some insight to you as to what kinesiology is. Again, I would love to hear your thoughts. And if you are keen to win a spot on my 10-week kinesiology container where we clear your BS, beautiful subconscious is what I mean, but you can insert any acronym meaning that you choose and that you see fit. And let's get you feeling your best by the end of this year and walking into 2024 liberated and aligned to what it is that you want. I am so keen. So if you're interested, take a snap of this, wherever you listen to your podcast, take a snap of the screen, post it on Insta, tag me in it, and you, with all the other entrants, will be in there and the winner will be drawn the following week. So I look forward to seeing who wins. Thank you for sharing this space, and I'll connect with you again sometimes so soon. Mwah.